Just be yourself, bro. I know this sounds really cliche. Everybody's saying, just be yourself, right? And I'm not talking about like the be yourself in terms of like being a loser and not self-improving. Like, I'm saying be yourself, but be the best version of yourself, right? But at your core, don't hide who you are because you only got one life, right? You only got one life to live and you don't want to spend it hiding who you are, right? And I'm going to get into a little story so you can understand where I'm coming from. But before I get into the story, I just want to say, make sure you book a one-on-one coaching call with me. If you're looking to get jacked this year and you need a custom plan and you're not sure where to go, book that one-on-one coaching call and we'll see if it makes sense to work together. But back to scheduled programming though. Let's get into the story. So back when I was in high school, right? Back when I was legit, just a little kid, a little high school kid, you know what I'm saying? I was a nerd, bro. I was kind of like a weird kid, bro. I was weird because I was kind of like a nerd who liked anime and shit. But at the same time, I was like a bit of a jock, if that made sense. Because I was on the basketball team, right? And athlete, played a lot of sports and stuff. But I was also very like awkward, but also extroverted at the same time. And shy at the same time. Like I was a weird kid, right? And I think my biggest problem that I had in high school was there was an incongruency in like my identity because I was constantly hiding like who I really was. Like for example, like I really liked anime. I really loved anime. I was a nerd. I was a superhero junkie. I still do like these things, and I used to listen to like I still do listen to Japanese music. I'd listen to Japanese music, like the anime theme songs and stuff. I would have certain music tastes and back in the day, now anime and superheroes has become a lot more trendy and like pop culture, but back then it was a little bit more taboo. Like if you like memorize like the jutsu, all my anime guys, you know what I'm talking about. If you memorize like a jutsu or something with the hand signs and shit, don't get me wrong, maybe I was a little bit weird about it, Naruto running in the hallways and shit, like that was probably uncalled for. But the point is that I was hiding who I really was, right? Like there would be times where, I would let it out that I liked anime and I would do some weird anime shit here and there, right? But at the same time, I would still be like, I was not unapologetic about it. Like I was kind of like hiding who I really was from everybody. Like I would try and be the cool kid who played basketball, trying to hide who I really am, right? Trying to pretend, trying to be like, no, like for example, when there was girls around or stuff, I would be like, oh, no, I don't like anime. Like I'd pretend like I don't like anime, right? Because I want to fit in. I didn't want to be like a weirdo, like a nerdy weirdo type kid, right? And I would do things that would like hide like my true self, like my true desires and true like ambitions. Like I wouldn't voice these things out to people, right? Because I was very, in a way, I was like insecure. Like I wanted to be like, and in social psychology, like human beings, we want to be a part of the pack. We want to be a part of the group, because being a part of the group means that you're able to reproduce an offspring, right? Like evolutionary psychology, social psychology all suggest this, right? So back then I was like, I didn't want to be ostracized from the group, right? I didn't want to be set apart from everybody. Where I'm going with this story is that, and I'm still struggling with this, is that you have to embrace who you are. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, because if you're spending a life, right, pretending to be something that you're not, you're wasting your life. Literally, you are literally wasting your life when you are pretending to be something that you're not, when you're hiding your truth. That's a very stressful life too, because you're constantly hiding. Why don't you just let it out? Just let it out. Let out who you really are. And you'll be surprised how many people actually mess with you because you're being real. And I'm not perfect. Like I'm still struggling with this. I have another story recently, right? Because I'm doing this content creator thing, right? I am a YouTuber, right? I'm carrying tripods around and stuff. I'm making content, right? And in the environments that I'm in, like being a university student as well, like it's very taboo. Everybody's kind of looking at you to be a more studious person. Like a lot of the people around you are more studious, and they kind of have a traditional way of thinking of like go to school, get a 9-to-5 job, and get student loan debt. Like that's kind of like the main traditional thing. And when they see you doing something like content creation, they're gonna look at you like you're taboo, like something's wrong with you, right? So that's why deep down, even to this day, I sometimes, like, I realized I was scared to carry around a tripod sometimes. Like there was a specific moment where I went to a networking event. It was a school networking event, right? And so the speaker was saying like, go around and network with people around the room, right? And so I'm kind of networking with people, and like I noticed the people I was networking with, like I was giving them like very boring, surface level answers. I wasn't really being my true self. Like I was just talking about like my studious side. I was talking about my university side, right? But then eventually I just kind of flipped the script. I was like, let me just open up. Let me just talk about content creation stuff, right? And so I started talking about like creating content, like and they were like shocked, and they were actually in awe of like what I was doing. They were like, "Oh wow, that's so cool!" Like I actually thought about getting into content too, but like I'm just kind of scared too, right? And then I would kind of like encourage them to like, no, don't be scared to get into content, like get into content and like post on YouTube and all that good stuff, right? Where I'm going with this is that you have to be authentic and share your true self. I'm still struggling with it, you know what I mean? And I realized that I gotta stop hiding my tripod, because the tripod is who I am, bro. Like I am a content creator, I'm a YouTuber. That's what I do. And if anyone has a problem with that, then screw them, right? And the people, and that night proved it, that there's people out there that will find that interesting, right? Don't play, like I'm always saying it in all my videos, there's nothing enlightening about playing small, because you hiding who you truly are is playing small. There's nothing enlightening about that. There's nothing cool about that, because when you play small, no one can get inspired off that. Like think about it, like those people that I met that I talked about content creation with, they also shared a passion with content creation, and they wouldn't have revealed that if I hadn't have brought it up. Therefore, I wouldn't have inspired them to pursue it even further. Right? If I was playing small, hiding who I truly was. And that's the whole point I'm trying to make in this video. Stop hiding who you are, because there is nothing enlightening about that. Because the point is to be yourself, and by being yourself, you inspire others to be themselves as well, right? And I felt like for a very long time, because I was around very studious people people will downplay, being a content creator, being a YouTuber. They'll kind of say things to discourage you, right? And that kind of led me to kind of hide my tripod, hide my desire for creating content. But I realized like, nah, I have to lean into it more and more, and the right people will gravitate towards you because you're being authentic, because you're being real, right? With that being said, I think that's all I really had to say today for this video, is just be yourself. There's nothing enlightening up, and like I'm always saying, there's nothing enlightening about playing small. I think that's the main message I'm trying to hit home here. By the way, if you're trying to get jacked this year and you don't really know where to start, need a custom plan, hit that link in the description, book a one-on-one coaching call, and let's get you right. Send this to someone who's not being themselves. Maybe it'll inspire them to be themselves. And comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video, what you thought about this topic, and what you thought about the things that were said in this video. And yeah, remember again, the most important thing, that there is nothing enlightening about playing small. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.